There are thousands, if not millions, of books on leadership and personal development that are really great and give you some real tips for improvement. But yet, most of us don't apply anything that we learned from the book to change or improve our situation. I'll talk about why that is and what to do about it. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg of Optimus Performance, bringing you practical tips and ideas on leadership, team development, and employee performance in the workplace. I recently came back from a 3.5 road trip vacation. You could see one of the pictures on the screen behind me. And during that time, my partner had downloaded an audiobook called Atomic Habits. And I was really impressed with this book and decided I would apply something from this book right away when I got back. And today is actually my first day back to real work at my desk. And I did apply what I had decided to do to change my habit. And I've thought about this, and I've actually been thinking about making a video about this subject for a while, because I know that I've read a lot of books on leadership and personal development. It's a passion of mine. Obviously, it's something that I talk about, that I teach, leadership, personal development. And yet I know that sometimes I don't even finish the book. I get distracted with other things. And even when I do, and I'm reading the book and I think, wow, this is fantastic, I should do this, I end up not really applying anything. It becomes some knowledge, but it doesn't translate into anything practical that actually makes an improvement in my life or my performance. And what I want to do is improve my performance because I want to achieve my goal. And in the book, he talks about goal achievement. And he says what you really need is to create better habits that will help you to achieve your goal. Now, I've talked about habits a lot in some of my other videos, but I found that he really has a great system, so I highly recommend the book. And so what really stops us from applying what we read or listened to, if it's a video or an audio book, is taking action. And things get in the way. But behind the action, or every action, is actually a habit. And if we don't understand what that habit is and find a way to, or apply a system as James Clear, I think his name is, says in the book, then we're stuck repeating the same pattern that we had before. So my new habit is to get up early in the morning and to take 2 hours before I actually eat breakfast, because I enjoy eating breakfast and reading the news during breakfast, so I catch up on current affairs. But by the time I get to my desk, it's already late, and I jump into the things I need to do for clients or for marketing. And by the time the afternoon comes, I don't have the energy, or other things have now arrived in my inbox that I need to attend to. So by getting up really early and putting 2 hours, that's my new habit that I want to create. And then I reward myself with my breakfast, so it's kind of delayed, but I'm anxious to get to that and to read my news. And I started that this morning, and it really worked. And I found I was really satisfied with my performance, that I had actually stuck to my commitment to create this habit. And of course, I have to keep going, because a habit takes time to create. It's not going to happen overnight. It requires repetition. And so I need to track if I'm actually doing it. That's an important element. And so I'm going to create a form for that, and I'm going to share that, and I'll also share my progress towards that. So reading a book is one thing, but choosing one thing, what I suggest that you want to change, turning that into a goal, but then looking at the habit that you need to change. What habit is your current habit, and what habit do you need to implement to be able to take that action? Because that's usually what stands in the way. And part of it is to track it, but also to reward yourself with something that you want to do, because the habit or the action is maybe something you've been putting off, and it's something you know you need to do, but you want to maybe do something else. So putting off the reward after completing the action towards creating that new habit will help you to actually sit down and do whatever it is, or take the action, whether it's exercising, eating differently, whatever it is. You could apply this approach to it, and I'll get more into that book as I talk about my habit change, and I'll refer back to it, and I'll put a link to the website where you can learn more about this book called Atomic Habits. I'm really impressed by it. I'm glad I listened to it, and I'm going to pursue this new habit towards achieving my goal. So I hope this tip makes sense, and that you'll check out that link and start working on a new habit towards achieving your goal. You can also download my goal planning worksheet. It's a complete process for achieving a goal, and within that you can apply this idea of habit formation. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on notifications. As I mentioned, there's forms and templates you can download from my website. There's a link in the description of this video. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk again soon.